Wake up, babe. It's time. Elliot Friedman is breaking some more trades, babe. Get up. Hampus Lindholm has been traded from the Anaheim Ducks to the Boston Bruins for a huge haul right here. A 2022 first. So there you go. There's the first round pick. 2023 second. So a first and a second. 2024 second. 2 seconds. Urho, Vaakanainen, and John Moore. Ducks will keep 50% of Lindholm's salary. Now, I'll say this right here. John Moore, this is like the only quote-unquote negative asset in the trade. Why? Because John Moore, as a 31-year-old defenseman making $2.75 million a year till the end of next season, is playing in the AHL. He's not good enough to stick around with the regular Bs. Now, this is a bad player on the team when it comes to the way you want to assemble your roster, and so the fact that the Anaheim Ducks took on John Moore and his contract is a very good thing for the Boston Bruins. That's extra value added on to this entire process over here. So Lindholm for a first, 2 seconds, Vaakanainen and more, with the Ducks retaining 50% of Hampus Lindholm's $5.20556 AAV salary for the end of this season. He does expire at the end of the year, so methinks there's probably going to be some sort of a contract extension coming soon, because, my goodness, what an absolute crazy price for one player for presumably like a few months of that player. If the Boston Bruins do not have their due diligence sorted out and they don't go out there and get this guy signed to an extension, then I don't know what it is about this team, man. I know you guys want to go all in, you want to go for the cup and everything, playoffs, one more year with Bergeron, all that stuff, but like, you gotta get the extension done next. And I think that based off of how the Bruins have gone about this process, and based off of their return, it would seem more than likely that they do get that extension done soon, but if they don't, then that's another entire conversation we can have. Hampus Lindholm, smack dab in the middle of his prime, 6'2", 207 as a left-handed D, 28 years old. He's on pace for 28 points this season, but you don't really get Hampus Lindholm because you want a whole bunch of points. Sure, he can get 25, 30 points in a season, but he's just a really solid player all around, super versatile, and having this guy playing with a Charlie McAvoy instead of a Jamie Drysdale is going to be spectacular for his career and what exactly it is he's going to be able to accomplish as a member of the Boston Bruins. I think it was actually Jay Fresh who posted the player cards of McAvoy and Drysdale, and they're so different. McAvoy's a much better defenseman this season, so having Hampus Lindholm play with him instead is going to be a very big boost. You also have yourselves the players coming back. We already talked about John Moore. He is pretty much a negative asset. I mean, he's a body coming back to play in your blue line somewhere in the AHL. Who really knows if he's going to become a full-time Anaheim Duck, but he's just been kind of down there. He was with Providence in 2019-20, 2020-2021. He only played 5 games. I presume he was on the taxi squad, and then this season, of course, also in the AHL. So John Moore and Vaakanainen, the two guys getting sent over here. Vaakanainen's a really good one, though. He's 23 years old, 6'1", 185, also as a left-handed D-man. He's expiring at the end of this season, too, making $900,000. He was drafted in the first round of the 2017 draft by the Boston Bruins, but he wasn't really ever developing in the way that Bruins fans wanted him to. Sure, you saw him do things in the Finnish Liga and he was pretty alright over there, but as the seasons went on, especially in North America, he never really was able to become a primetime middle four. Is that the right way to put it? No, there's no middle four, there's only a middle two. He wasn't really able to transition properly into what a lot of Bruins fans wanted him to be by the time he hit 23 years old. You could say there's a lot more development time still to go, but based off of the conversations that I've been seeing about Vaakanainen the past few months, it seems to me that a lot of Boston Bruins fans had sort of been starting to get impatient with what it was that he was becoming. And so now that you have Hampus Lindholm on your team instead, if you got yourselves a Vaakanainen that became a Lindholm, you would have been super happy. So the fact that you were able to get rid of all this stuff and more on top of that for Lindholm in itself is a plus. John Moore and his cap hit coming off the books, 2.75, not to mention the fact that Hampus Lindholm will have 50% salary retained, so you're only going to be paying out, what is that, $26 million on this deal? Not $26 million, $2.6 million. You are pretty much not really doing anything when it comes to cap. I mean, Vaakanainen's getting traded out. He's making $900K. John Moore's getting traded out. You add the $900K to 2.7, that's 3.6. And then Hampus Lindholm, 50% retained. You're actually saving $1 million in salary cap space if you're Boston with this move. Not only are you going out there and acquiring Lindholm, but you're freeing up some money in the process, and it only costs you a first and 2 seconds as well, which... I mean, I say it only cost you that. That's a lot of assets right there. So for the Anaheim Ducks, good on you guys, getting yourselves some more prospects, getting yourselves some more draft capital in the next few drafts. It's going to be really great to see what the Anaheim Ducks are trying to build. Of course, they traded away Manson. They now traded away Lindholm. That's an entire D pairing gone. This team is going for Shane Wright, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me in the comments on your thoughts about this trade over here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a Bruins fan, how do you think Lindholm is going to help out your team? Do you think this was the right move for your squad heading into the playoffs, potentially Patrice Bergeron's last run of the Cup? I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.